Hello, I'm Yannick Kiggen of Yama Bonsai Studio. Today we're going to talk about deadwood. And the first thing that we need to do is we need to start with the base. We have to see the most interesting parts of this tree. So here we have a very interesting trunk line, but as well on the other side we also have a very interesting trunk line from here. So from here on out we're going to start with these points, and the tools that we use for it is this one. This is a tool that I got from François Jeker. This one is to clean the bark off. So we can just scrape it like this. So first we have to scrape this bark off. It's very important so that we can see the veins into it, because it's very important in deadwood that we will make depth. This is a root cutter, and this is one we can use to split it and to tear the veins. Another interesting tool that I have is this one. This one is quite sharp, and you can go in these small details like here and remove the bark as well. The other piece is a little bit blunt, as you can see, and this one is very interesting to clean the deadwood, like the old deadwood, to check if it's rotten or not. So for today we're finished, because we only had like around 5 minutes time for the video, for the trophy, to make this. This one we had to create more taper into it and more texture into it and depth. That's what we have done. This one as well. With this one we also used this one to pull the fibers out and tear them down, because not everywhere you have to create more depth into it. Sometimes it's better to leave it smooth because it looks more natural. This one is also an interesting piece that we created a lot of depth into it and movement. But the thing is, I want to keep it like this because I'm not sure what we're going to do yet. Because this could be a possible front, and here you have an interesting movement, and here as well with a smaller tree. Or we can use only the big tree and have it as a solitary bonsai, or make it as a sokan. So we will graft here, make an apex here and some branches here to have a smaller tree, and create the big tree over here with here a graft for the first branch, here a branch, there a back branch, and here the apex. So with this cutter we cut pieces off, create more depth into it, and create a more beautiful movement into this one. Then with this one we teared the fibers out to create more depth and some hollow parts into it. This piece can stay smooth because it's not normal to have these lines everywhere around, because it's not natural, not looking natural. With this one we also made a quite an interesting piece, but there's a thing, because we could use this one as the front, but this is quite straight, but we can adjust this by adding more deadwood or shari in the future. So if you would do this, for example, and create, just search the live veins. I don't know if you can see it quite well. Not really. But if you can make more movement into this piece and more movement into this piece, this would look less straight. And don't make it like that the live veins are equally sized, because that doesn't look natural. Then here you can make it like that, so you can create more movement as well. So this would be a nice front, and then this piece can stay as well, because this is also quite interesting and gives it more depth. This one also could be very interesting, because here you have a very interesting movement, and this one as well. It goes to the back, it goes back to the front. Here we can graft an apex, and here some branches for here. Here we can graft a first branch, here we can graft a branch, and here we can have an apex, and here a back branch. But then the only problem is that this piece of deadwood is too much. So then we need to adjust it and make it a lot smaller, but really a lot smaller. So we also still need to adjust these, but for me the main focus was to work on these ones first for the video, for the trophy. and after a few months we can work on the deadwood. And here we can make more deadwood going to here, because the live vein will be around here and going to the back and maybe to the front again, because here we have this kind of movement and it gives more flow to the tree. And that's why this side would also be very interesting to use for me. So, but that's something for the future. I don't want to stress this tree out too much, because we already took out a lot of foliage. So in a few months we can probably work on the shari. We will probably make a video about that as well, and you can see the development of this tree in the future. So that's it for now.